It started with an invitation to a fundraiser last week that some argued was sexist and ended with Justin Trudeau trying to explain comments he made at the event. He was asked to talk about the nation he most admires. What happened next surprised and angered both his opponents and supporters. Senior correspondent Terry Malewski has the story tonight. Terry.
Well, Wendy, Justin Trudeau's popularity in the polls is a problem for the Conservatives, and they'll take any chance they get to knock it down. But Trudeau has a way of giving them those chances. Trudeau's meeting last week with a group of Toronto women was an example. Even with Sun TV watching for any slip, he was asked which country he most admired and referred to China.
There's a level of admiration I actually have for China because their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around on a dime and say we need to go green as fast as we need to start investing in solar. I mean, there is a flexibility that I know Stephen Harper must dream about of having a dictatorship that he could do everything he wanted that I find quite interesting.
Trudeau's rivals pounced on that, saying it proves he admires dictatorship.
His answer demonstrates again a long-standing position of our party that he is in over his head.
I found it a bit silly for Justin Trudeau to say that what he admired the most was a dictatorship, frankly. I've always been rather fond of democracies.
And it wasn't just politicians who condemned Trudeau's comments.
A Canadian politician said, I look for China. I'm admire of the basic dictatorship in China. That is not only shocking, that is a shame.
All of that put Trudeau where no politician wants to be, trying to explain himself.
The point I made was that despite all of our freedoms and our extraordinary system of government and democracy, we are up against countries that play by different rules that we would never accept, but that find themselves able to address big issues quickly and completely.
In truth, of course, politicians of all stripes often express admiration for the way China's dictatorship gets things done. Stephen Harper, for example.
China has been witness to the greatest surge in general prosperity in the history of mankind. More than 400 million people have been lifted out of poverty.
But Harper never ad-libbed anything about admiring dictatorship, although he did praise its accomplishments, rather like Justin Trudeau. But who says politics has to be fair? If the Conservatives can raise money by painting Trudeau as a fan of communist dictators, they will, Wendy, they will.